Greetings, YouTube. I've been on the internet for a while, and I spend a lot of my time on the internet. Whenever I'm home during the work week, I'm either asleep or in this office, for the most part. I'm an internet person. I prefer being at the computer to being pretty much anywhere else during the work week. Um, on the weekend, I actually get out and do things, but on the weekdays, I don't. And because of that, I've seen a lot of memes come and go over the years. And one of the ones I've seen pop its ugly head up from time to time is something along the theme of men doing household chores. And the implication is if you do household chores that you will earn brownie points, or sometimes they're more overt, and they will say basically that you will get laid, that you will get sex if you do chores. This has a number of ugly connotations. The first off is that I guess if you're single, you don't ever do chores. You just buy new clothes when your old ones get dirty, and you buy new dishes when your old ones get dirty, and that's it. You just pile up the rest in the corners, or you throw them out every week or something, but you don't do chores because obviously if you're not going to get a tangible reward for chores, why would you do them? What gain is there? It also feeds into the whole nice guy trope, whereas if you do a thing, you will earn brownie points, which will then lead you to sex. And if you do enough of the thing, you will get laid, and if you don't, you are entitled to get laid. That's also really ugly. So I'm going to throw out a radical concept. How about you do chores because you live there? That's flat out. You live there. You're an adult. You don't get an allowance anymore. No one is required to give you a benefit for doing the chores in the household. You just do them because there are things that have to get done. Now, there can be a division of chores. You could do rotations, for example. Um, One person does the dishes on Mondays, another person does them on Tuesday, and things like that. Makes perfect sense. One person does the laundry, someone else folds the laundry. Makes perfect sense. Somebody does the garbage, and then someone else does some other task. So divisions of chores make perfect sense, but you should be contributing an equal amount to those chores as everyone else that lives there, whether you're just roommates or whether you're actually in some kind of a domestic partner relationship. For example, in my household, both of my wife and I do dishes. She tends to do dishes in the morning, and if she doesn't do them in the morning, I will catch them in the evening. I prefer to do my dishes in the evening for the most part. I do almost all the laundry, with the exception of some of the more technical fabrics that my wife will have for her like exercise clothing or some of her outdoor gear, where she will do special loads because some of those need special kinds of cleaners. But for the general, ordinary, everyday laundry, I do the laundry, and I wash them, I dry them, and a lot of our stuff gets air dried, so they go onto the drying rack we have, which my wife designed and installed. So there you go. And she folds all the stuff because don't like to fold clothing, and I'm not particularly good at it. Um, and sorry, I'm surprising you. There's a cat hair in the air. She tends to vacuum the floor. We both split the garbage duties. I empty the garbage on Wednesdays. She does it on Saturdays because we empty the litter box twice a week. We have an industrial size litter box. It gets emptied twice a week. So we divide the chores because that's what we do. Because we both live here. Why is that so hard to understand? Why do we need cutesy memes to fly in the face of toxic masculinity and the patriarchy? Why is it required to trick men into doing their household tasks, or to convince them if they do their household tasks they will earn brownie points, and or get laid. And why do we have to play into that horribly toxic concept in and of itself that if you are nice to women, you will be rewarded with sex? That's ugly, and it's one of the reasons there are these concepts of the friend zone and, well, I've been nice to you for X, Y, and Z, so I deserve to get laid, as opposed to, I am a decent human being and don't impose my sexual needs on other people if they aren't interested. Or if they are interested, you shouldn't impose them. But at least if they're interested, maybe you can negotiate something in good faith. So yeah, it's ugly and it needs to end. There isn't a particular reason I'm doing this video right at the minute, other than the fact that I bumped into one of those memes recently. I had not seen one in quite a while, but no meme dies. Every meme comes around again, and this one popped up on my radar recently, and I'm like, oh, look it, there's that ugly meme thing dealing with why men should do chores. Yeah. So that's why I'm doing this video today. So tell me, have you encountered, as a person that has a domestic partner or roommates, someone that wouldn't contribute to the household chores because they felt it wasn't their job? Have you been the person that has not contributed to household chores because you felt it wasn't your job? Has it become a point of contention between yourself and your domestic partner? Like, you're not doing your weight, they're pulling your weight, they're not pulling their weight, yada, yada, yada. I'd particularly be interested in hearing from women, though I realize that demographically fewer women watch my videos than do men. So let's talk about domestic chores and why everyone should contribute, and why men should not be convinced that if they do contribute, they're going to earn bounty points or get laid.